But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
It should be working if you...
Still offline.
Give it a couple of seconds.
Give me a couple of seconds, tell me when it is so
I have a huge delay, remember. Oh, here we go.
There we go. It's loading video.
Exciting.
Most
And
professional.
that.
Oh,
Okay, we're up.
Still.
Well, here we are. Hello, everybody. How are you today?
give me a couple of seconds. Tell me when
Just
it
to
is.
warn you all before we actually start
Hi,
the series properly, there is going to be a little bit of a delay between you asking questions and what we see on the screen. So we could be answering questions about 15 to 20 seconds later, but it's all cool. It's all good. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hello,
So who's
guys.
here? I don't know.
Chris, why don't you go ahead and introduce us? You can see the Skype call.
Can I see the Skype call? I can't see sugar. Right, so to start with, we've got you, M468. You are one of the lead developers for Sins of the Prophets.
Yep.
So you tell me.
I basically direct workflow, and I'm project manager, if you want to call me that, over here at SOTP.
Okay, and then working for Sins of Galactic Empire is Lavo. Hello.
Hello. And also Sins of the Prophets.
And also Sins of the Prophets, that's true. Yeah, you never seem to stop working. You've done some stuff for us as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
Who else is in here? We've got, what do you call? I'm just going to call you venereal disease, VD.
VDNKH.
VDNKH. You are one of the, well, what do? You've made those beautiful planets, haven't you?
Yeah,
And didn't you do the flood?
Yes, I did.
I knew there was a reason I didn't like you.
Oh.
Alright, so.
Alright.
Right, and who else we got? Oh, we've got Rovert, who is, well, I know you're a good
Design
playtester,
lead.
but you seem to break everything I give you.
Yeah.
He is design lead for SOTP.
Design lead.
Yeah.
And we have, who's this Michael down here? What's your tag?
Grunt.
Hello, Grunt. How are you?
Hey,
You gotta watch out for him. He's a little grunty. What do you do?
I code things that people give me.
He code things that people give him. All right, I like that.
Member of our coding department.
So
And we
last
have
but
the
not least,
newest member of the team over here as well.
Go.
Adam, care to say hi?
Apparently not.
Adam?
Apparently not.
Okay, well, apparently he's away from his computer at the moment, but Adam,
No, I accidentally muted. I'm here. Hi.
A serious case of stage fright.
to do for SOTP?
Repeat that.
Mind
Show it.
telling everybody what you do for SOTP?
Yeah, I do the in-game UI and the main menu stuff and most of the UI things in general.
Now that speaking of
And
your
then
stuff,
lastly is Cole.
Yes. Resident, Code Monkey, and Slave.
child labor at its finest.
That was really solemn.
You can tell he's really enthusiastic about the slave trade.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to give him.
I haven't eaten in
don't
3
actually-
days.
Slave labor.
We need to whip him some more.
Right, so let's see what we got. What do you want to start with, Lava?
Well, why don't we show everybody what the work in progress UI for Sins of the Prophets.
You got it.
Star Wars has
There's no, actually I have no, don't think I have any sound for my, but let's see if you want to load up.
Keep in mind, guys, this is a work in progress that is not 100% finished, but it will follow the same artistic style. It will be very close to what you will see in the finished product for the UI. It's
video, it doesn't matter. Yeah, here is the first work in progress of our little map design.
might we get here?
Yeah, this is mainly it. We don't have. This is
liking that. That looks great.
That's all we have. Really, is the main menu so far. But this is the style that we're aiming for here.
And that's the style you're going to be going through for all the menus, is it?
Yeah.
That looks pretty good. Is that going to be transposed over into any of the in-game menus? Are they going to be taking a second look at or anything like that?
We're going to be taking.
We will be redoing the in-game HUDs for the UNSC and Covenant.
Pretty cool.
And I don't know why it didn't show up. But again, this is a work in progress. But we do have a design different than what you saw for the main menu. It just didn't come up because this is a work in progress.
This is basically what we have to show.
Yeah.
Well, it's really nicely reflective of the Halo universe, or you know, the Halo games. It's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, what are these user settings? Ladies and gentlemen, code.
At its finest.
Code and sins. There's really no words to describe just how fun that is.
Oh yeah, fun.
That's the old cinematic. Screw it. I'd probably have it lying around, but...
If laying on a bed of nails is your idea of fun, then you'll love coding for sins.
I can't find the old.
I don't know. Have you actually tried laying on a bed of nails? It's not too uncomfortable.
It's delightful.
Gotta make sure the pressure's equalized.
Yeah, just don't try and get up or move.
Or breathe. Don't breathe. Nobody breathe. If you're Bajoran.
And still no questions from the audience. This is disappointing.
Yeah,
question these people.
We did a question. Did they finish Infinity? Which is a big flat no.
It's not done yet.
Annihilator takes his time because he wants to do it right.
And believe us when we say that the Infinity is going to look really, really nice once it's done.
It looks like we're going into game here, and are we playing as the Rebel Alliance?
The other one, yes.
This is for Lavo. Also, it has SOGE up and booted.
You rebel scum!
He wants to show off some stuff he's done with the Alliance, and he's done some pretty cool stuff over at SOGE, the Galactic Empire.
Let's take a look.
Orbital structure.
Oh man, Sinsa, stop responding.
Orbital structure complete.
I like how I'm seeing the live stream even later than you guys.
And we are in dev mode.
That's going to take forever to load that, so let's just wait.
Let's dev this thing.
And right now we have SOTP in a nutshell.
Like the view?
Watch Lavo and his elite skills play Armad.
Is this why he always beats me?
Honestly, he brings up dev mode every time.
Yeah, he's found a way to use dev mode in multiplayer. Not really.
Lavo is the physical personification of dev mode.
Literally, I break Sin so much I can use it in multiplayer games.
But he's still yet to beat me once.
Well,
we got a question.
Rover can literally pull out micromanaging better than like your StarCraft, you're microing, so that's why. That's my defense. You can micromanage better than anyone else.
Alright, so we've got a question here. Is SOGE, this is for?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm telling a lie. I'm telling a lie. SOTP, is it still really fast-paced in the battles?
SOTP? Yes.
Yep.
Should I answer that? Does anybody else want to answer that?
Well, I do remember in one of your iterations you slowed it down a little bit, didn't you?
Wait, for
Rover, Rover, you handle the design questions.
Well, SOTP initially was for public builds. Yes, they've been slower. What I've done was made it so, I guess, faster pace.
Ready to leave,
but how long units will survive now varies a lot more compared to the public build. Especially since, well, in the public build, like every ship had the same weapon damage, so the only determining factor was pretty much how fast it fired in their health pool.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And plus the fact that there was like no abilities like for any of the ships, so it's like, well, There's really wasn't much to diversify the fleet, and you just kind of just threw max everywhere, threw your nukes everywhere, and just kind of hoped it ran.
Okay, so how are you going to be working on making that a little bit more interesting?
Well, for one, damage now varies between
Awaiting
ships.
instructions.
What they do between ships, especially in terms of abilities, are not different. The Paris class has a new ability called Missile Volley. I don't know. Maybe Lava can pull it up somewhere. I don't know.
Shiva Volley. It's kind of it's
not Shiva Volley. The Missile Volley.
Shiva Volley.
Yes, Paris.
Shiva Volley.
Shiva Volley. Yes, Shiva Volley.
And it looks like we're back in SOTP here. We're going to look at the Assault Frigate Mark II.
That's on the.
It's a little bit just. Yeah, well, Missile Volley is on the Paris and the Marathon, I believe. It should be.
It's a capital ability on the
Marathon, but it's also on a Paris. It's also on the Paris, just a small.
What can I do for you, Commander?
So here it's in it. So let's just move this thing to another well.
Diverting reactor power to engine system.
Okay, let's do this.
We don't have any fancy new particles for these abilities.
Here's an interesting question. I'm afraid it's again for SOTP. Would you guys think in the future, during the development, think about actually making loyalist and separatist factions for both the Covenant and the UNSC?
No. In short, no. And the reason being is that we don't want to really subscribe to the Vanilla Sins archetype, and the fact is there's not much to distinguish those factions. Yes, you could say we could come up with a bunch of insurrectionist ships, but is that really worth it in the long run? Does that let the player decide whether or not they are, say, a UNSC fleet that broke off from, the main UNSC to form their own section, or a Covenant player who did the same, or they are the main part of the faction? You can have, a full-blown UNSC civil war, just play UNSC versus UNSC, and vice versa with the Covenant. Or you could have Covenant allied with, the endless possibilities there are the way Sins is set up. The player can easily do that. So,
yep, that's true.
Believe Lavo is attempting to give a demonstration of some of the abilities on the units.
It does not seem to want to work.
Well, for one, Miss Voss is an AoE, so if you use it on a single ship, it doesn't really...
Phil is suggesting that the in-game audio is drowning out us a little bit, so would you mind turning that down just a smidge?
In-game audio? I have music off. Sure.
It might be the voiceovers and stuff. It's pretty loud.
Okay.
Yeah, just go in your option menu, just turn down all the sounds.
Yeah. How's that?
Diverting reactor.
You tell me, ladies and gentlemen, how is that? Let's see what else we get.
The delay is kind of disorienting, trying to...
It is. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure if the Aeon ever left game. It didn't, did it?
No.
Yes, it did.
Oh, yes.
Well, not technically leave game. It left the UNSC fleet for a while due to how the design was. As Robert mentioned, it was more about rate of fire, or in the case of the Eon versus the Athens had a double Mac. So what that meant under the old design, correct me if I'm wrong, Robert, is that if you had 2 Macs, you did twice the damage.
Pretty much. It was just flat out twice the damage. There's nothing else to it.
Which made the Eon in its particular position useless. Whereas under the new system, we can account for it being a newer ship, likely actually fully designed during the UNSC Covenant War, Human Covenant War. So it would have a much more powerful Mac. I mean, the ship the Athens is based off of was considered an old ship in canon when the Spartans did some of their, when the Spartans underwent their augmentation. decades before the Covenant.
You have to attack a ship lava before missile volley can active.
That's to kill some stuff, man.
Shouldn't have to, but...
you should,
The way Robert set it up, yes, Lavo.
Yeah, the buff.
It's an AoE on the missiles themselves.
It's an AoE that
set up just like cluster warheads in vanilla.
It requires you to actually shoot to something first.
Okay, so we've got a gentleman called First Mod of the Year here asking.
So like,
this is for both teams, actually.
Yeah.
It says, how do you design the ships for both factions? Like, we never actually see some ships that you designed. Did you invent the ships in the first place, or are they actually from canon?
Most of them are from.
Most of them are from canon, particularly for the UNSC. The one I'm thinking of off the top of my head, that I know for a fact is a Fanon ship, is the Orion battlecruiser. But the Thanatos, a lot of the ships we don't have a class name for, so we had to invent a class name. Like the Thanatos, that's likely not the actual name, unless they decide to copy our name, which I'm totally fine with. But that's not the canon name for a ship, but it's based off a ship that is in canon, the UNSC Midlothian. The design for the supercarrier, however, is completely ours. That's not what the UNSC supercarrier looked like, but the UNSC supercarrier did exist.
Okay.
So
you're often kind of like remodeling existing designs in order to make good on what you think the vision is.
Yeah, or taking a design from, say, a comic and expanding upon it to make it look good in Sins.
Cool.
We don't completely make it up. We do take as much information from canon as possible, like ship lengths and all that, and the kind of weapons it has.
Yeah.
So the supercarrier, the scale in game is the same scale it would be in canon.
Okay. And I think
not in the public build. Not in the public build. In our private build, because we just rescaled them all properly.
And I believe I should answer this in terms of SOGE, because of this question.
I was just about to ask that.
With SOGE, the first thing when it comes to creating new ships, I ask is not so much is it in canon or is it visually good, or my first question to ask is what does the faction need? What sort of ship do I need to give this faction, this race, in order to make them complete or to fit a certain role or a certain goal? Then after that, to use an example for the Republic, also using what we call now that we call the Resolute battleship, in previous instances called the Orthana battleship. What was thought of was at the time the Republic lacked a powerful but not super slow capital ship. Like we had two extremes with the Republic. You had, say, the Venator, which was very fast, but had a lot of fighters, but very, very poor armament. And on the other extreme, you had Victory 1 Star Destroyer, which very heavily armed, but also very slow. So really, what you needed was somewhat of middle ground, even if it, say, had less health. It really just needs guns. That's what you needed more than anything else. So, okay, then I went about just creating the stats or abilities, etc. of the ship, figuring that out. And then after that, I tried to figure out, okay, what sort of ship can is there a canon reference? Like, is there a comic book design that we see that's been made but not really, seen outside the comics that we can put in? Or in the case of the Orthana battleship, is there a ship that exists in canon somewhere, even if it's obscure, that we can use but exists at least in name? That turned out to be the case, as the name Orthana battleship actually existed in some somewhat obscure Star Wars RPG.
Okay.
Source book. So that's why it was originally called a battleship, because it was made just to go after that. Another ship that has been mentioned numerous times in canon, also by name, but not given a model, which might surprise some people, is the Mandator, or Mandator, depending on how you pronounce it, which is the super capital for the Republic. It's mentioned in canon in many sources, but has no concrete stats and no concrete images. Going on, speaking of stats, for every ship in that does have some sort of canon statistics, I actually do take those into account when determining the amount of weapons damage and health that a unit has, etc.
I see.
Oh, we got a couple more good questions.
Okay, what we got?
What?
Let's take. Oh god, they're throwing themselves in now.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with this.
Yes, you will be able to use the Forerunner Shield worlds. We haven't quite nailed down what we're going to do with them, but that's going to be part of the redesign as well.
They're going to be a very
useful
good world. They might not be easy to get, but if you can get them, they're going to be quite powerful.
They're also going to be
hang on to
flood-proof.
one.
Excuse me.
This is an interesting question. How do you account for the canon technological disparity between the UNSC and Covenant?
Can I answer that?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
And if you and Robert want to chime in, you can. Basically, the biggest way that we account for it is based off one simple fact. In Sins, both factions start essentially equal. You have one planet, 0 ships, and some orbital structures, namely shipyards. So that you don't have the economic disparity that there was. The Covenant was a very large empire with this massive fleet. So what we've done, taking that into account in the mod, is how you start off. What we've done is we've made the UNSC ships very cheap and quick to produce, allowing them to be able to obtain the 3-to-1 ratio reliably to have a fair fight against the Covenant. That's the biggest way we account for it.
Okay, that's an interesting way to go about it. I've also been asked here about the actual Halo ring itself. Are you going to be able to use that in any real way?
No.
No.
No,
I would not. I'm not having people.
Other than other than planet bonuses on that is purely visual. And we again, just like the Shield World, we haven't nailed down the planet bonuses yet, but it's not going to be some capture this to win button or something like that. It's going to be some planet bonuses that give you a boost. Really, it's just there to have a colonizable gas giant.
Okay, and since we're talking about planets, I do want Lava to chime in. I know you've done something with your planets, haven't you, as well? But are you kind of maybe thinking of getting slightly more unique planets in the future that would go with the lore of Star Wars at all?
Well, I would argue that we actually already have that to an extent. All of the planets we have in now are, in one form or another, actually based off of canon planets. If it wants to render, or if it shows up in this map, hopefully, where's a good planet? Is this Clean Industry? No. Rusty Dwarf, everybody's seen that. Because
you've got the Metropolis-y worlds, haven't you? I've seen that.
Well, Rusty, like not on this map. I might just have to briefly reload. But some worlds, of course, you have Rusty. Rusty is the mesh might be changing in the future, but the Rusty world, which based off of Narshada and
yes.
Like this is one planet type. It's the Rusty specifically, used based on the image in our shadow, that is like an Ecumenopolis type, like a very big, sprawling one, but it's not exactly in a great state because, you know, people just don't care about it. People are filthy. People leave their dirt. People leave garbage. People don't maintain it. So because of that, you'll see that.
And this sounds like my house.
Yeah, it sounds very grey, very dirty, and it might be more expensive to upgrade than the regular Ecumenopolis, which is based off of planets such as Coruscant. But, you know, it's still a very powerful planet when upgraded. Actually, I'll load it up quickly, as I actually have a map which shows a lot of the planets. This is a nice one if you're unfamiliar with SOGE, actually. A map called Planet Sampling, a favorite of mine.
Show me lava.
Should just take a few seconds to load. And this right now is some nice actual what we do for our loading screens is actually real Star Wars concept art, going in the vein of Sins, which
that's one thing that I really like.
Ah, here we go.
Oh, it's a trap.
Yes. Ah, and here's the regular Ecumenopolis. As you can see, it's a lot brighter, a lot more, you know, lightful, much more yellow rather than, you know, dirty yellow. This is based off of Coruscant.
Just gonna take a moment to catch up with this.
Oh yes. Then I'll leave it here for a moment so people can see it.
There you go. You're just zooming into it now, and you're there.
Yeah. So this is really This is the planet that's based off of Coruscant. And to go for another ship that's based off of a Canon model, here is the shipyard mesh, which, as you can see here, has the nice rotating ring of Kuat and the Kuat drive yards. Though the regular shipyard planet might not actually be a good representation of it. It's more like a developed shipyard. But yeah, like this one, shipyards, they're based off of Kuat. Ecumenopolis is based off of Coruscant. Rusty, industrials are based off of, not Bespin, I forget the name of the planet. It's I think the planet that Tarkin came from was originally born on.
Ooh, I don't know. I know nothing of lore.
No, I know, but I know you don't. It was. I could look it up in a moment, but it was one that was trying to compete with Coruscant for being core of the galaxy also, even though it really didn't have a claim to that at all. What else?
Was it Iradu?
Iradu, yeah, Iradu, that's it. Yeah, the industrials are based off of Iradu. Industrial shipyards, though the images aren't. I need to disable Steam in game overlay. Another thing, like this here, the industrial shipyard is kind of inspired by planets like Fondor. Oh, actually, it doesn't look like Fondor at all, so I digress. The Bastion moon is, of course, based off of the planet of the same name, Bastion, the Imperial Fortress world. Very, very famous, especially in the Legacy era, due to it having been the main point of the Imperial Remnant during that Sith Imperial War or its aftermath.
Oh, that's good. Would you, perhaps in the future, as you continue to develop, consider doing things like capturable stations in gravity wells where you might be able to, say, hire a Mandalorian ship or something like that?
Yes, actually, although nobody's really been using it, we actually do have a ship. We actually have a ship graveyard.
Oh yeah.
It's taken. I must acknowledge it's originally taken from the old Planet mod Synth Plus.
I know it. Yeah.
But basically, it's usually an empty well. You can place it, and then you can just shove ships there, and then you can just capture those ships, and there'll be regular ships in the fleet.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you make them invulnerable and capturable initially, and then...
Yeah. Well, that's the ability on... The ability I often ask, well, what's this ability, capture derelict ship that's on colony frigates? That's exactly what this is about.
Lord Lars, you're terribly late. Stream's over.
We're on the move. Yes, Commander.
Sorry.
But yeah, this ability, crew derelict ship, this ability actually can be used for that. Well, it hasn't. Admittedly, there have been no real maps made that make use of this map yet. No custom maps, but it's there, and I do hope to make proper things like trade ports and research yards and such in the future. Actually, there's a thread on the Sins of the Galactic Empire, the forum page of our ModDB page. If you go in that section, there's one thread asking about this. If you have suggestions, post them. Post any wild suggestion you have for something capturable. Post it on the forum.
Do it.
On the SOGE ModDB forum.
That's the way to do it.
And I will have fun looking at it and adding it in if I can.
Right, I think we had a couple of. We're still on worlds at the moment. We had a couple of questions about flood worlds and the way that they work. You about VD?
And back to Sins of the Prophets.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are they asking about flood worlds here? Flood on flood worlds.
People were asking basically about the flood itself, and where they are, where they reside. So I thought we might want to go and take a look at a flood world if we're able to, just to show where they come from and kind of like how they spread out throughout the galaxy when they're switched on.
All right. I don't know which version Lava is running here, so I'll have to see what's going on here. The complete rebuild or dev?
The regular dev.
Oh, all right. So this is the old version. But yeah, the flood.
It's the public version. The public rebuild is the old version.
He's used to the rebuild as the new version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, if you want to let a couple of things slip about that's cool. You can tell us a little bit about the rebuild if you want
to. I don't think there's a difference between the rebuild flood, but
there isn't.
This flood. Yeah, there isn't. Now that I think about it. All right. Anyway. Yeah, the flood reside in the flood world like vanilla pirates do. When the flood raid timer runs out, a single flood carrier will be dispatched from the flood world and target a random planet. When it reaches that planet is pretty much boned. From there, the flood carrier will capture the planet and any ships defending it and structures defending it. And then when it takes the planet, another flood carrier will spawn, and then those two flood carriers will spread out from that taken flood world, and the process continues until you lose the game.
And I think there's also another thing about captured ships, something you did to them, or we did to them, the two of us.
That's background stuff, though.
No, I mean how they can also capture stuff.
If a flood carrier captures one of your ships, that ship, after a cooldown timer expires, it'll be disabled for about 10 seconds, will spawn its own spores. Lava, if you can zoom in on a spore there. It will spawn its own spores that will go and capture other ships. And then, again, the process repeats as more and more ships are captured, more and more spores spawn.
And the best defense against those is the anti-fighter vessels.
Yes, anti-fighter vessels and anti-fighter strike craft. Sabers and star bases are probably your best defense against the flood, because the flood cannot capture star bases. Top tip. So if you have a fully upgraded, yes, pro tip: if you have a fully upgraded starbase in your system, that is a very good defense against the flood.
As the UNSC.
Speaking of flood/pirates capturing star bases, I'm most upset every time I play SOGE.
What?
It's one of the functions of SOGE is the pirates can actually capture your some of your star bases, and it's one of the most stressful things I've ever had in my life. I'm so used to just building a decent defense and thinking, oh, that'll hold the pirates off. Nope, they've stolen it.
You have to make sure.
Yeah, it's not STA3, Chris.
You have to make sure that you have to target those ships.
I quite like that. I think it's a really good feature and it's quite unique.
Yeah, speaking of which, on behalf of SOTP, congratulations to both SOGE and STA3 for making the top 10 in Mod of the Year over at ModDB.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Very nice job, guys.
Congratulations.
A special congratulations to Lava. I mean, it's really time that people recognise the time and the effort that you've put into this. You've been working on this 3 years?
It's been more like it's been at least 4 years.
Yeah, you deserve it, man. You really do.
As of January 2nd will be the 3-year anniversary since the release of 2.0, which was my first, which was the first build that I personally put out to the public.
Seems somebody wants an Imperial Commander for SOGE. Interesting.
Phil, quit begging.
No, but by the way, what exactly do you mean by that? Do you mean like a new?
He wants to voice one, I think.
I think he wants to voice
He wants to voice an Imperial Commander for you.
Do it, my boy. If you can do it,
send us your voice files.
If you can do a good one, do it. If you want it, make sure it's good, and I'll put it in. How's about that?
He'll tell us in a minute when the stream catches up, I'm sure.
I'll catch an earful later when I'm playing Elite with him.
Oh, here we go. Since we're currently in SOTP, we've just seen a Forerunner ship a little while ago, a captured Guardian, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about the Forerunners at all?
Sure.
I thought it was
Alright, sure.
Alright. I'll handle it. I'll handle it. Basically what we're doing with the Forerunners, and let me open up a little bit of backstory here. So I can actually have the proper backstory.
Oh, yes.
Basically, we're going to be releasing the UNSC and Covenant as our 1.0 final release. Once we get all the art assets in for them. While we're awaiting art assets, because our artists take the time to do a great job, and we very well appreciate that, we're going to be working on coding in the Forerunners in a post-release content. The name is escaping me. Expansion, there we go. Sorry guys, long day. I'm not going to release the name of that right now, but basically the backstory is with the destruction of several Forerunner installations, an AI in charge of a desperately built shield world decides to wake the residents of the shield world. Now these residents are not the creme de la creme of the Forerunners. They are the survivors that were gathered by the remaining life workers, and along with those life workers hidden away on the shield world. So they are a myriad of different casts from the Forerunners. So you may have some builders, you may have one or two Prometheans, and not the Prometheans from Halo 4, the actual Prometheans, which were the Forerunner soldiers.
Do I sense a subtle dig?
No. No, seriously, no, but I'm not going to get into the discussion because no matter what I say, people are going to rage at me. I don't care in the first place. But my opinion is my opinion. I reserve the right to state that. Right now, I'm not. And then some life workers. So they're not going to be as powerful as the Forerunner Ecume or Empire at its height. They're a group of Forerunners that are literally just trying to etch out their own survival. And they don't know what's gone on in the past 100,000 years since the firing of the Halos. All they know is someone or something is out there destroying Forerunner Shield World. 2 Shield Worlds, 2 Halos, and the Ark.
Well, Ark isn't destroyed.
Well, it's severely damaged. So if context cut off, you assume the worst. And then somebody's activated Shield World 006, also known as Trelevan. They don't know who. So that's the little bit of backstory. That's how we explain the possibilities of them being hostile to anyone, or being willing to create an alliance with anyone.
Okay, that makes sense. That's good.
Crisis
it's good to have that backstory. There is no talk. Can you guys not hear me?
What?
No, we can hear you. Everything's fine.
No, I'm thinking about the fine people in the stream.
Am I not transmitting or something?
I can hear the stream perfectly fine.
It works. I just checked.
Yeah, the stream's fine. I can hear it.
Crisis, hey, make sure you didn't mute it. Crisis wouldn't be the first time.
Make sure your speakers.
He's a playtester over at SOTP and SOGE, by the way, so I do reserve the right to make fun of him somewhat.
I do too.
Sort it out, Crisis. Everybody, point and laugh. Point and laugh. Oh no, I spent points wrong. Spelt? Oh dear. I'm gonna go.
That British English, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Look, I'm a Welshman. I don't understand languages.
All you understand is sheep, right?
I'm not sure that I understand sheep, but I have a good working relationship with it.
Back to the topic at hand. That's not shagging sheep.
You should see my children. I call them the hybrids. I've never had to buy them any clothes. They come complete with woolly jumpers. It's amazing.
Anyway.
Okay. You didn't hear any of this.
Guys, can I answer a question from the community here?
Yeah.
To answer your question, Jesse, and I just butchered the name. I don't care. The firing of the Halo arrays actually destroyed the domain, which is where the Forerunners stored their collective knowledge. Yes, some individuals would retain their knowledge, but without that whole database of everything known, by their strength, they don't have much at all. They just had what they had with them in the Shield World, which, in our story, wasn't much because it was hastily constructed.
Poor Voodoo Jesse, he doesn't get his names enunciated correctly.
I don't care.
We care about you, Voodoo Jesse. You're my favourite. It's just important that he knows that. Right. I'm seeing some foreign here.
It's Crisis. Ignore him.
Just don't even read but he is not even part of this.
To answer your questions, Crisis, the left one is slightly lower than the right one, but they both sit quite comfortably when I'm sitting down. Right,
okay.
Right, what were we getting at? We've got to do some mod stuff before I get thrown off.
And there's Darkstorm.
Oh, hey, Darkstorm.
We're not going to talk about balancing the Forerunners at this point because, frankly, they're not even on the back burner right now.
They're not on a burner, really.
Them. Like I said, they're not on whatever call. Like I said, what I told you guys is really what we have on them right now. It's just the backstory. We're focused on getting 1.0 and the UNSC and Covenant. Right. So.
Oh, hey, what's this thing?
It's a Sentinel.
Combat Sentinel.
Is it not the Vanguard?
Well, there's
some little nippy things.
Yeah, the little ones are Combat Sentinels.
Okay.
Yeah.
I actually don't know who designed that model.
Shows in the.
Yeah, who did that model?
It was Annihilator made the models. I don't know who made the original.
I can't remember if the Combat Sentinel is canon or not, but the Vanguard, which is the one with the 4 arms, that is from an Evolutions short film.
And if I remember that, Vanguard will also wreck your shit if you're not ready for it.
Yeah, it will. It'll wreck an entire small early game fleet if you're not careful.
Bring enough Parises.
Crisis, careful. I do reserve the right to ban you on the forums based on your conduct in the live stream.
Now that's just cruel.
Hey, I did it to some people last time.
Then again, it is Crisis.
Yeah, it is Crisis.
It's alright, Crisis. I got your back here. Hey, why the fuck am I so shit with the Covenant?
Because, well, in the public release, the Covenant was shit.
Well, because the Covenant in general...
I think you'll find I was the problem there. I actually had to fucking give up a Let's Play that I was doing.
No, Chris, it wasn't you.
I'll take this over.
I'll
take this over.
You got it.
The Covenant are really at a very unfinished stage in terms of development. It's even worse in the public build, but even in the private build, their research tree really isn't developed at all. It's
just sitting there.
It's even worse than one of the vanilla sims using like a vanilla sims faction. So because of this, it really suffers economically. It just, though I mean the military tree isn't bad, it does the job, but economically they just can't bring up their economy, whether it be in the early game, the mid game, or the late game, to just be competitive with the UNSC. Compound this with their lack of defenses or of any kind, just makes them completely ineffective versus the UNSC, even if on a per supply basis or on a ship to ship basis they are objectively superior.
And also with the public build, let's not bring in the Shiba, and then the Shiba kind of just goes face wrecking everyone.
Yeah, we've changed the Shiba around a lot in the private build. In particular, we've made it be different, have different effects on some Covenant ships. For example, the CAS now doesn't have any sort of EMP disabling from a nuke. It only just does some damage. So it's not like, oh hey, I just shot a Shiva, now your fleet is all disabled. No, it's like, okay, a bunch of these smaller ships have been disabled, but the rest of them, no. They're just going to keep on firing at your fleet. And
that sandwich looks delicious.
Yeah, and just let them come because, why not? Oh, and I see a Canada man is lurking in the chat now.
Whoa, Canada, he's alive?
Impossible.
He's alive.
Canada, if you want, I can add you to the Skype call.
Canada, you should be.
If you really want it.
Yeah, you should be in here, Canada.
I'll drag him in here before he should be in this call.
Not when there's such a delicious sandwich, Darkstorm.
I've got to find him on the Skype list. It's been so long.
Just do search Canada, man, or something.
There we go. Found him.
He does exist.
Look what Killer VC put in. Blame Canada instead of Canada.
He's got a lisp. Don't you judge him.
Yeah, Canada. Everybody, for just an information for everybody here, how you're actually hearing us is I'm actually using Open Broadcast software. Nice program to capture my main screen and all of my volume out. So you're actually hearing a Skype chat right now.
Indeed.
Well, it doesn't seem the Canada man's picking it up, so we'll just move on to the lives here.
Well, we shall see. He said that how many moons ago?
Yeah, just like how he took so long to get us those Steam files.
Alright, let's stop bashing our glorious and great leader.
No, let's go back to Crisis instead.
Let's not turn this into an SOTP the interview movie.
I mean, we do have Call here to bash.
Yeah,
he receives enough of that on the forums. We don't need to publicly shame him here. But if you care to see that, you can go to the forums.
Yes. Fan the flames! Fan the flames!
You fans can be really nice and support me in stopping their cruelty.
What is this Capri's grilled cheese? What is Capri's grilled cheese? Somebody tell me about that. And while you're telling me about that grilled cheese, would you like to tell me anything else about these mods?
Yes,
it's
Crisis,
grilled cheese with Febreze.
Chief Ship, we will not be doing that, no.
Cheese with Febreze.
You name one capital ship Poland as an Easter egg.
Poland cannot into space. No, here's what we'll do.
Actually,
We'll have an Easter egg buried somewhere in the research. No promises. That's a ground-based facility. We'll put Poland in the description.
Based in Poland. Because Poland cannot enter space.
Right, so let's go back onto SOGE. We're getting extremely sidetracked.
Sidetracked.
Now, we're getting front-tracked, back-tracked. The track is happening. The track is real. I wanted to ask you, and I've been wanting to ask you more about this for a while, but I never get round to it, about the Old Republic-y mod thing. What is going on?
Currently, that's what you can call in an alpha build. Let me just call up. Right now they're working on preliminary ship balance and just getting models into the game. For example, let's look at some of our nice Republic models, and I'll save the Sith for later because I'm a nasty person.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
We have the inexpensive
Alright, Canada.
command ship. Again, it's just the model and the rigging has been put in.
Oh.
And
go ahead, Lava.
And yeah, this is going to really be a command capital for the Republic faction, Old Republic.
Oh snap!
Well known for its appearance in KOTOR comics. And that's not all. There are other ships. I just have a few that I brought out here. We also have the Valor from SOTOR, the RPG.
Yeah.
This is also, most of these have been here, unless otherwise stated. These have all actually been modeled by Warbnull. Very, very.
Warbnull makes some really impressive models, doesn't he?
Yes, he has. He really helped save SOGE in a certain point of development. So I really want to put him here in the limelight because he brought a lot of models and experience that I just really desperately needed.
Oh, that's something I quite like the idea of here. There's something in the comments here by some testicle or whatever his name is. Sorry, buddy. That says you could add the Star Forge as a capturable thing. Oh, do it.
No,
do
we're
it.
not
Do it
putting
twice.
Star Forge in as a
Do it 3 times.
It's just kind of outside of the realm. What we might be doing though,
I thought we were pals.
is and this is the Paladin, another ship from one of the comics. Another ship that what we might do for Starforge is have it mentioned in research for the Sith faction.
Okay, cool.
So like there won't be unmentioned, but it won't be capturable. Of course, we have the Athranta class.
Do you already have the fighters in for the New Republic there? Can we see any of those if they're in?
Fighters, yes.
Lava, what's up with the bloom on that ship?
The Old Republic.
Some of these haven't. This is probably just missing a light texture. Not all of these are complete.
All right.
That's the main reason. What else? Okay. Let's see, because they haven't all been done yet. Some ships will actually have different fighters.
See what we get.
First, we have the Aurek from the Knights of the Old Republic games. As one, and for bombers, I believe it's the Chelsea. The model needs to be resized, obviously.
I love that. The Aurek looks amazing.
That is the Chila Bat, also from KOTOR. Also being used in here is the bomber. What else did we put different for the? Oh no, they're just using the Aurek right now. Okay. So yeah, we right now have the Aurek and the Chisla, but we are planning to put in some of the fighters from the SOTOR RPG.
Oh, cool.
And of course, yeah, more ships. We have the Praetorian frigates, which is mentioned primarily in comics, and of course, I've shown it off a number of times before. The infamous Hammerhead.
The Hammerhead. Love it.
I'm not sure if you want to go on to answer some of the other questions and save some of the Sith Empire models for later.
If we can, and I don't want to sound like a dick here, can we go ahead and show off SOTP's UI again for those people that got here later?
Oh boy.
Show off what we have working.
Sure,
again.
I'll have to actually open up a new instance of Sins to do that.
Oh.
How many instances of Sins do you have?
Right now I have 3, and according to my temperature sensor, there's the inside of my case is going at an ambient temperature of around 50 degrees Celsius. I actually have no idea what temperature my CPU is running at. It's probably around 60 degrees Celsius.
You can go higher.
You might want to close one.
What? No, that's okay. It's only 60.
You can go.
It'll be fine.
Fine.
It's not going to be.
And before the whole live stream stops, and we all know what happened.
I only need to worry until like 80. I only need to worry about it until until we get to like 80 degrees. Then I'll be worried. But I have a nice good cooler. Excuse me. I'm not too worried. Where did I put opening cinematic? Oh no, it's not here. I don't remember what I did with it. There was the video. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Briefly open up an instance of Sins.
Oh my god. All the mods.
How many things do you have in there?
I have 4 instances of Sins now running.
Oh yeah.
I've done this before.
He does this a lot for AI testing.
Yeah, there are times where you can run like 6 instances of Sins at once.
Yes, Voodoo Jesse, that was War Thunder. Lavo is a keen player of it. He often tells me what is shooting him, what he's shooting, and I understand none of it.
What he's bitching about.
But we won't get there.
He's also very good at it.
Not sure it's
okay.
Again, so not over good, but
is it really just a single player screen? I could have sworn there's more to it. Adam, chime in here.
Yeah, Adam, chime in and voice. Tell us
just gave him
what is ready.
Yeah. Tell us what to do. This is your work.
Well, no, this is what we have.
Again, yeah, he.
Oh, I thought there was another screen to it though.
He has more, but this is what he was able to send us.
Oh, gotcha.
To the public, and this is really mainly it. He also did more of the main menu, but you know, we're unfortunately limited in what we have and what we were sent.
So you show the main menu and intro.
I I might not have the intro video.
He sent. I know he sent it.
To you,
I know he sent it.
I accidentally deleted it.
Oh gosh.
God damn it.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. Look. Yeah. Okay. No, it's gone. Where is it?
Try hosting again. Is there anything there?
Oh no, it's in.
I don't.
No, I think I may have accidentally deleted it.
Is it in your like recycle bin then?
Oh yeah, it would be.
All right.
So many things. So many things.
Again, this is work in progress.
Okay.
We were having a little bit of trouble implementing it, and it's due to user error. This UI is entirely capable of being put in game, and trust me, when it's complete, it looks wonderful. I've seen it in screen share over Skype from Adam. He did an amazing job.
Alright, Lavo, it's apparently, rather than looking for this opening cinematic, we've got to look for the pawn. Where is it?
The what?
Oh, that's a nice shot, Lavo. A nice back.
It looks like Crisis knows where it is.
Crisis thinks he knows many things, and then he finds out that he doesn't know anything.
Is he like Jon Snow?
That's right. I found that my settings aren't. This is just too much. Not worth it.
And here you get to see a sneak peek of window files in Sims.
Oh, I think
What do you want me to look at now, or whatnot?
I think it skipped the intro there.
My thing is by default sent to skip. Actually, I could play it now.
Yeah, play it.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Settings.
Please play it. I haven't actually seen this, so please play it.
For it.
Jesus Christ, all the settings.
Very fast, at least.
What's happening? Right, I think it's time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to happen.
It'll happen, I promise.
Don't touch any buttons.
There.
Oh. Oh, pretty.
See, this is what works. I've gone for the past couple of minutes.
There we go.
There's the porn. He got it right.
We knew it was in there somewhere.
Somewhere in this big blue sky. Now, what else?
Does that say reproducible cow?
I see it too.
It does say it, oh my god.
No, it says reproducible cow.
Adam's asking, it's like, what about the actual menu, Lavo?
It's that he didn't send me the files for.
He said he sent you it, but stuff gets lost when files are sent. So we'll fix this, and you'll get to see.
This is something that I'm sure the SOTP crew in a series of screenshots up. So keep an eye on their ModDB page.
There, Adam's just sent you it. Now use it.
Yes, please.
Are we going to do this live?
Yeah, they may get to see Lavo implement it live.
It's coding time, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh god, all the conversations.
Now I feel like in the background, Adam is getting extremely frustrated with Lavo.
I think you might have forgotten to send me some of the textures.
I don't know.
See, I have this. I know I actually put it in there.
He did not forget to send you anything.
Current the Merman, Pixar, it didn't happen.
No. SOTP. Now, if this doesn't work, then...
This is how we do real work, guys. This is just how good we are at modding.
And you'll see sometimes I'll literally be pounding cars like, oh, do this. Like, okay, a few seconds later, boom.
Just and like other times I'll ask him to do stuff, and 2 days later, huh? You asked me to do that? What?
Yeah.
And then I just do it in the next 5 minutes.
The British fellow, I like this.
I'm sorry, Adam. It must be a missing texture file.
Oh, that's fine. You can all add me on Skype. I'll never answer.
Wouldn't be the first time Lavo's lost something either that's been sent to him.
Oh,
there was that time I sent him a picture of my dick, and he lost that. And
he also lost that photo of you and the goat.
I'm just saying, okay, Adam. Like now, you see, this is all the stuff you had sent me. All the textures, all the.
Listen here, killer. Welsh is British. Now then.
At least that's what the Brits wanted Welsh to be, but you know.
Now, if it doesn't load now, Adam, it's because unfortunately something was not present in the RAR. or zip or whatever it was that you sent. Yeah, I'm sorry. Just something.
Remove the Steam text from the file.
Steam overlay.
No. Contains whales,
Steam
not whales.
Text, the file that you just.
Wrong type of whales.
The what now?
Just nuke them. Just nuke all the whales.
Let me see this. Let me see this file.
What? The single player thing?
No.
The main menu.
Just delete. Just Steam text from the file. Oh. I already. Okay, I'm pretty sure I already have that since the. We've
got a question here from Hokey Koki, that's his new name. Will repair station block some of the plasma torpedoes like in the books, or will it be a normal repair station? No, it won't. Okay, cool.
No.
Well, it won't be entirely a normal repair station.
No, it's...
Lavo, keep working. I'll answer it.
I thought this was SOGE, but that's cool.
Oh yes, here we go. Here we go.
Oh no, plasma torpedoes is
Here we go. File was. There was indeed a file that was missing. From
basically
here, people. Let's see this.
You'll build them like a structure, but you'll get the old repair ship.
Oh, that's so
but it'll be restricted to orbit around a planet. It won't be able to move between planets.
Look at
everything else is irrelevant.
There we go.
Yeah,
could you turn the movie back on so it fades into it, as we would expect?
Okay.
Crisis,
sorry, buddy, I know it's a minor.
Skype. You're not privy to this call.
That's what he said.
There's the
British are just island Germans. Technically, you're correct. We'll discuss the history of Britain and how it came to fruition perhaps another time, but yes, the Anglo-Saxons did come from mainland Europe, ultimately.
Well, you got the Saxons right there, and then you've got the Celts as well.
Who also came from mainland Europe, just a long time before that.
Like I said, a long time before the
Oh, here we go. We're getting that thing now. Let's check this bad boy out.
God. I'm several seconds behind you guys as well. Crisis, no, I'm not picking up the Skype call.
Answer me.
This is why you put on Do Not Disturb.
That's really, really nice, Adam. I love that fade in. I love the way that works. That's fantastic. Good job, buddy.
Click single player. Let's see if the menus transition here.
Oh.
Sexy transition.
Click that single player button.
Click it.
Click it.
Click it.
Do it, faggot. Do it.
Click it. Click it. Click it.
Turns out he's clicked it like 10 years ago.
You won't, mate?
Yeah, I clicked 2 minutes ago.
Watch. Like Twitch is just lagging behind us again.
It is. I've been looking at the single player screen for
There we go.
And I'm starting to see responses now in text for the call from Crisis. Oh, guys, keep it coming.
Now,
Crisis,
actually,
don't call me again.
Before we start talking Crisis, there's actually a question in the chat from Deli Ruin, I believe, about asking about the redoing the code for SOTP and the progress. Right now, we've gotten I believe, a majority of the UNSC ships in, along with their abilities, or at least a good chunk of them. And we've also put in a chunk of the Covenant ships with their abilities. In all of these cases, the ships' mesh and abilities have all been tested to see that they are working as intended.
So now when you play your game and you look up the error log when you play our mod, it won't be like a gigabyte long full of errors.
And also, more importantly, the game will be much more stable. Vishrik, if asking if Lavo was in his Twitch stream, I am Lavo. Pleasure to
He is the one.
I thought you sounded like this.
No. Plot twist. Lavo has been in the call the entire time.
Yes.
Well, honestly, nobody cares about him.
I'm actually the guy coasting the Steam chat, streaming everything with 4 instances of Sins open at once.
So in other words, he's the guy that put way too much money into his damn computer.
Actually, I need to check if I have this recording. No, I do not. That's a good thing, because if this was recording everything. Actually, that
Wait,
was already.
we were supposed to. You were supposed to be recording this for Gold Ducat's YouTube channel.
It is being recorded through Twitch.
Okay.
Twitch is archiving
through Twitch. Okay, good.
Okay.
You're not recording this year end.
No, my mic. If you think it's bad, my computer isn't bad enough state as it is. It would not. It would fly.
Quote, bad state. Mine would melt, and I just built it.
Like,
you have now,
it might not melt. It might not melt, but it would just. There's no need for it because I'll just put it on YouTube anyway and somewhere, and then then we can download it off of YouTube, and yeah.
Just saw him check to see if it was recording. That's how delayed this is for me.
Well, it better be open. 4 instances of sins. Most people probably don't even have the RAM to run 4 instances of sins at once, plus all their backup.
Look at what Ripley said. His laptop would catch on fire. I'm pretty darn sure my processor would melt, but...
Yeah, well, that's why I have a small closed-loop liquid cooling.
Yeah, I don't.
Processor. So... It lets me
I just rely on the
what Lavo's trying to tell us is that he's seriously richer than us.
Well, it's not really about the processor in this case, it's about the RAM. If you have 8 gigs of RAM, you could probably run 4
everybody. I think we're done talking about our computer specs.
Yeah, 16
3.
Oh my god, you could run so many
if you show me mine.
Are we done about talking about our computer specs here, or what?
No.
No, we're gonna keep on splurging around like a bunch of nerds at Christmas.
Gosh.
So guys, did you hear about that new i5 hyper-threading?
No, I didn't, but I'm listening. My pants are down. Let's go.
He already has the lube on. Do not disappoint him.
Well, apparently.
And this live stream has officially turned degenerate.
Terminated.
You say that like it ever wasn't degenerate.
Well, let's go back to
let's see some more ships and things.
Ships.
Yeah.
Wait, I had 5 instances of sins open just now unintentionally.
I've just opened up all the port. I'll see you guys later.
Check your temperature meter again. I need to see that.
Wait, what?
Who cares?
It's not melted yet, so it's okay. Now let's look.
Again, I say this is
first off. We have the Harrower class. Harrower. I can't pronounce.
The Harrower.
Class.
The Harrower.
Dreadnought. For the.
This must be a harrowing experience for you.
Yeah, it is. This is also from the.
Hey! People are saying terrible things about me. I'm most upset.
There would be less than degenerate.
If it's crisis, just ignore him. Oh wait,
no, he actually asked a question about the Alliance. I'll get into that after we go finish looking at all these pretty new models.
That Harrower looks pretty insane. I'm liking that.
Again, more about and some people. And there was previously a question of whether the interdictor will be in the mod, and here is your answer.
And there it is, looking like a deadly lobster claw.
It's gonna come in and it's gonna bite your face off.
Oh, that's a cool looking ship.
Yeah, falsified Knights of the Old Republic.
We need a minute of silence for Taris.
So the game I'm scarred about. Yeah, okay.
And this is the Terminus frigate, S-class, and there's also an S-class frigate that I made somewhere. Actually, also from the SOTOR and its related content.
I want a beta test. Right now.
Not even an alpha.
Oh, I don't care, that's fine.
And this is the Darafin. It's a really old ship, but due to a lack of classes, it's basically pressed into service.
What class is the Ravager?
Ravager? Oh, it's a Centurion. And this is also.
Have we got one of those coming in?
I believe this is from SOTOR. I'm not familiar with it, but it's a pretty ship, so I spawned it in.
Quite interesting, that's unusual.
You asked about the Ravager. Yes.
Surely it's a Ravager.
It's a very ravaging experience. Here we go. This here is the Ravager in all her glory. Well, as if she were newly and recently commissioned.
I was going to say, not wrecked.
with your ventral hangers lit up. Yeah, it's correct.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm having a bit of a nerdgasm here.
Does this Star Wars mod have a public release? Yes, Sins of the Galactic Empire is indeed released. The Old Republic mod is not, because that is currently in alpha. Oops. Oh, I thought that was going to be another ship. Guess not. What else?
The vessels that you're seeing now, they are for an upcoming mod, which is kind of in early alpha at the moment, which is going to be compatible with SOGE as is. I believe you've said, haven't you?
That's the current plan. It may be spun off into a standalone mod.
Of course. I mean, we'll have to see what happens as time goes by, but it would be really nice, and it would certainly give people interesting options, wouldn't it?
I mean, I will say this, however, the Republic and Sith will primarily be balanced versus each other, and even though it will work with the main SOGE mod, like for example, the Howler might be more powerful than a Imperial Star Destroyer, because even though its Howler is ancient, it was they were balanced with each other. Well, no, they were not balanced with each other and whatnot. What else? What else? That's, I think, mainly...
Comlink active.
Yeah, this is the Fury gunship. I believe it's going to be not just going to be used as a bomber or its own little vessel. Oh yeah, it's mainly... This is being spawned as a... it's mainly a fighter unit, but it's being spawned here as a frigate just for testing purposes. Again, from the SOTOR. From the SOTOR.
Comlink active.
And again, now we have some more fighters. This is the Sith Interceptor, KOTOR standard here. Spawned by the hundreds, thousands spat out by the Star Forge. Why? Because you can go away. And this is a
because I wanted something that looked similar to the TIE Fighter. Cough, cough.
Cough, cough, cough. It actually looks a bit more similar to the TIE Hunter.
Okay, fine. It's another TIE. What do you fucking do?
I tried to make a model of that some time ago.
I upset you, Robert. So there's no need to be upset.
Yes, of course.
Anyway, it's a bomber variant.
Are your Jimmys wrestled?
Maybe.
Slightly. What else? Have we got anything from the Republic that I haven't spawned in yet? I'm not entirely sure what's been put in yet. This is, oh yes, the Wanderer class. Oh no, that looks like a Thranta that we already spawned in. Some of these are just using fillers.
Good day, Commander.
Filler models, temporarily. The 4-array blockade runner from Knights of the Old Republic. Nice and rigged up for Sins.
Oh yeah. I don't want you to show off the player choice for SOTP UI. You posted a link to the picture.
Link active.
He's got the player selection screen. He put up a link in the Skype chat. Let me actually get that to you because of some of the stuff that's been discussed in chat. I'll shoot that to you.
Nice little model.
Yeah, private message here. There we go.
And the Crucible Corvette. Oops. Too many windows. That's just what we've already... Oh yes, player select screen. This is the player select screen.
Oh, it's happening. Of happenings. Ooh, nice. I like that.
It's just so screwy. Oh no, don't freeze on me. Okay, oops. Nearly had a heart attack because they almost froze on me there. Yeah, here's the player selection screen.
What you doing? Come on, Willis.
Good day, Commander.
Not sure. Is there any other questions that we want to answer, or any other things you want to discuss before? Possibly.
Alright guys, if you've got any more questions about anything, either SOTP or SOGE related, slam them out now.
There was one. I'll wait for it to go into that. If there are any quick questions. No. Okay, there's none. So
alright, so I guess with that,
no,
I know what we could stop with.
No.
What
should the alliance? We gotta do the alliance. We gotta do the alliance.
Crisis asked about this.
Stop with.
Crisis asked about this anyway. It's again also quite a work in progress, but the Rebel Alliance, hopefully I'm trying to make them more, or rather less, of a direct combat faction. They're because that's just not how they were. They weren't we're gonna commit large amounts of resources and ships that we don't have to fleet battles that we can't win. No, that just doesn't work. So they're really focused. They focus more on asymmetrical tactics. The first thing you might notice is now all of a sudden the old Corvette is gone as a scout, and instead you have a assault frigate Mark II.
Let's go.
Which I'm sure is confusing for most people, or wondering what's this, and also has something called hyperspace jump detection active. What's been done is the assault frigate Mark II, rather than being a straight-up combat ship as it was in the past, has been instead changed up to be a combined scout/intelligence ship. One of this ability here is that this ship can detect any enemy that is hyperspacing towards it, similar to the your first jump detection tech, except, well, it's not a ship. The second thing, though its icon isn't here, it has and string isn't in here, it has an ability called cloak. Now that doesn't really mean much.
Armed and ready.
So let's see what it does in practice. And now you're gonna jump over. Ta-da.
Setting course for hyperspace.
Colonizable planet.
What?
Acknowledged. Command received.
And now, as it moves towards the gravity well, it seems like it's probably going to get wrecked by this militia fleet here, or some of these ships. Or at least that's what it seems like.
Until we have an example of
an actual
intermod
really
cooperation.
Blasting. Oh, now it's outrunning the ships, outrunning them. And oh wait, it's a dreadnought. So now it activates its cloaking. It's what will be called sensor jamming, in that it using its it's by jamming enemy sensors and literally masking itself from the enemy presence, it can go through this gravity, it could go through a hostile gravity well without worrying about getting shot down. And this auto-casts very reliably, so you can just leave it on scout and it'll eventually scout the entire galaxy on its own. This is especially useful when, say, dealing with fort planets like Kumanopoli. Not sure. Yes, we have one in this, and an example in here. Another developed shipyard that earlier was mentioned to be squat. And I see this is a huge defense.
Setting course for hyperspace.
With the Commodores, multiple dreadnoughts from the old Republic style to the refitted Imperial dreadnoughts, and even to some other associated frigates.
Is this particular ship capable of combat as well? And can you use the sensor jammers in conjunction with?
No, as shown earlier, it actually disables. As is mentioned, it actually disables its weapons when.
That's good. Sorry, I didn't actually see that. So
I mean, theoretically, if you can.
I'm probably about 35,000 years behind or something.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
That ability, thanks to Lavo, actually designing it. Which mod in mind?
This ability was originally made for SOTP called Cloak, where it also turned the ship invisible in addition to jamming the weapons and basically working the same way. It wasn't I didn't make the original files for it. Somebody else just put in we discussed it, and then I think Rover made an initial version of it, and it didn't work well. So I modified it and made it into what this is like, and yeah, that's what works. The second one here, though I will probably get rid of it, actually can let a human player call the ability out of Cloak. I might be cannibalizing this, so that I can reuse it for something I'll be talking about later. When you jump between planets, the Cloak will disengage. Well, the sensor jamming will disengage for,
setting course for hyperspace.
But then should be able to immediately re-engage it when it jumps or exit hyperspace. Though theoretically, if you have a big enough fleet waiting for it, you should be able to destroy it in a volley before it can even, get off of target. I might actually put in a delay for about 1 second so you can actually shoot this thing more easily. But
let's go.
Undetermined right now. Another big aspect of the Alliance is through culture. They retain the Bothan Spynet research, which lets them see what every planet is touched by their culture. If I can actually build that culture stick. I accidentally just got all of the research. Oh well. For example, do I need? Yes. Need to actually. Here we go. Civilian tree.
Structure complete.
Now, what? Why isn't it working? Damn it.
That is an excellent question, my friend.
Yes, that's a very annoying question.
Structure complete.
This is the masturbation sound I was telling everybody about before the actual stream started.
That's not.
No, that's me. That's me. Sorry.
Good lord.
Good grief, VD. I didn't realize you liked us that much.
Another mechanical jizz board.
Well, this new mic is
research complete.
Sensitive. It's pretty sensitive.
Research complete.
Don't get me started, VD.
As you can see, the Alliance can see wherever their culture spreads, even if they're not physically there. And then there's also more things that they can do with culture. Versus the Republic, which is more offensive oriented. The Alliance has two nice techs. One which increases the amount of enemy allegiance decrease, so their culture degrades much faster. I just heard somebody drop.
Nope.
And
that was Grunt.
And the second one, foreign sabotage, it will just completely shut down an enemy under its influence, under the influence of their culture.
Armed and ready.
Another thing that the...
Alright, Delhi Ruin. That sounds like something that happens to me after an interesting evening.
I'm just droning on, so let me try and make this quick. Another thing that they could, that these scout frigates can do, is they can, for a cost, lay something that doesn't seem to want to spawn. Shoot.
While you're just looking at spawning that lava, do the SOTP crew have any plans to reintroduce the culture mechanic?
No.
No.
No. There's nothing you can do.
Setting course for hyperspace.
We had some ideas. The culture is just too hard-coded
Scouts have found a
to do
colonizable
anything
planet.
useful with it.
Systems online.
Okay, that's interesting to know.
Acknowledged.
So that's a mechanic that you're going to be leaving out for
Systems online.
For SOT.
Now, what these are, sentries is their and that's some turbo laser fire being exchanged.
See you later, First Mod. Thank you very much for joining us.
Now, these sentries, once they're active, will be able to do a number of things. One, I'm not entirely sure which will go in, but one thing that they do have is once you research foreign sabotage, this thing
Additional
here,
research required.
first level here, or no, it's actually, no, these, one of these two, is this structure will be able to open a phase gate endpoint. So essentially, you can lay these in enemy territory. And
acknowledged.
And then actually just launch raids into the enemy if they don't clear these mines. As these are actually space mines, scouts can destroy them in a few seconds, but yet you're going to want to get rid of these because also, even once the ship here leaves the well, it will actually show
setting course for hyperspace.
As you can see, you can still see the inside of that gravity well. So even though these are space mines, they can still see and report intelligence on the wells they're in.
Yes, sir.
Now let's actually, this thing has a phase stabilizer node here, because this is our
awaiting orders. Yes, Commander.
Now let's actually try and briefly find the enemy homeworld.
Armed and ready.
And, you know,
setting course for hyperspace.
Scouts have found a colonizable planet.
Kill them all.
Acknowledged. Setting course for hyperspace.
Now as we go trying to hyperspace,
Scouts have found a colonizable planet.
Oh, and we have found the enemy's homeworld.
Setting course for hyperspace.
Boom. This is actually another Alliance player. Oh no, this is a CIS player.
Acknowledged. Systems online.
As we wait for these to open.
Yeah, Vrishnak, I've always liked that particular model. I've always really appreciated the Vengeance class. It's, in theory, got a similar amount of power to the
Executor.
The Executor, hasn't it? Yeah, but in my personal opinion, it's much better.
Yeah, killer. Snarly.
And we have lost 2 of our probes because there's some nice 2 scouts over here.
Command received.
Oh no!
Systems online.
It's a Leopoldo.
Command received.
Nope, they keep dying. And, you know, when all else fails,
command received.
Can't send it to an enemy homeworld. Just go right next door.
Setting course for hyperspace.
Because there's always an option to go next door.
Acknowledged.
Alright, now that we have it, we're right next door for a small price.
Pilots.
This now has a phase stabilizer. And now we can just send our entire fleet.
Jump to light speed.
across to raid the enemy here.
I copy.
And theoretically,
Let's go.
If those
Acknowledged.
if these things aren't destroyed, they can be used as a gateway back too. And that's really one of the issues on paper allow the Alliance to block real raids. Theoretically, we might also, there's a chance that we might also, I might also expand these, or put in another ship that allows for more direct sabotage, such as the timed explosives on the base game TEC Scout. I'd like to do that even on the assault frigate, but well, I'm somewhat limited just by the fact that I only have 5 ability slots. And so I think no, Super Sager's asking if laying in mine will remove the sensor jammer. It actually will not, as they're just basically coming around, dropping some things out of a hole and scouting away. Or and more importantly, that would actually require more effort on the coding side, as that would mean that it would be an entirely new ability.
Right.
The Killer Beast, you have a good question. As mentioned before,
reporting.
It very well could. Though
we
it only
have
takes
obliterated an enemy's capital.
Like there, but it only takes a scout to kill these things, and also you need research to unlock this HoloNet connection. So even though you can, scout the enemy, you won't be able to open up the phase node unless you I actually thought I changed that string. Anyway, you won't be able to actually hyperspace there at the beginning of the game. You only go up the research tree in order to do that, because I've tied it to this foreign sabotage level 1 over here. I'm also another thing that will probably be added is giving it a very, very weak culture spread. This way, if you don't have any good native culture to push this thing back, the culture buffs or penalties of the Alliance will kick in and they'll start eating away at you.
Alright,
and also cheaper defenses.
Okay. We've kind of gone over actually our designated time.
We have a designated time?
Yeah. Particularly for Chris, he has to go on a few.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Sadly so. Unfortunately, it's because, well, I work and it's several hours later for me, isn't it, sadly?
I am so sorry for dragging on about the Alliance then.
It's alright, I actually quite enjoy listening to you talk about it. I just, sadly, I've got to do that sleepy thing that people do.
Yeah.
Alright, if we can, I have a request from my design lead to show off an ability for everyone's favorite UNSC ship. Now, if we do this, I have to leave this with a preface. We don't have that ship in game currently. We only have a placeholder, and this ability has not been balanced yet.
What?
The Shiva Volley.
I told you that ability doesn't really. Ability doesn't even work.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It works. It at least does what it needs to do to kill everybody.
It's just overpowered.
Delhi Ruin, my name is Gold.
The important thing I think they want to see is what it looks like.
The thing is, even how it's visually, it's not. I'll spawn it in, but like I said, it's not even done visually because it's broken on a fundamental level.
No,
I mean, all it does is supposed to do is shoot shit tons of Shivas.
But
I don't know what else you expect.
It doesn't even work like that. But
I don't know. I mean, the picture I have, it works just fine. When I tested it back in those days, it worked just fine.
Well, let's do a test and we'll see what it looks like. How about that?
Yeah.
Unless someone when you rebuild it, you broke the ability somehow.
No.
Well, this isn't the
rebuild. Start, Robert. You just.
But hey, guys, hey, engineers, just do the test, please.
I'm actually.
Welcome to SOTP and why our name is
Slug. I can even do that. Shoot.
Drama of the prophets.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave.
It's not even in this build.
Are you
Not even
using
in.
build or the
Main build.
main build? You should be able to spawn it in.
No, you don't have the infinity.
You removed it from the main build?
It was removed from the main build a long time ago.
I moved.
Well, let me see.
If memory serves, I was the one who took it out.
Yeah, we did it because the infinity is unbalanced. Let's see.
Well, we'll see if it's in there.
Let's see if I can shove it on something. I'll get this to work. Oh wait, no, it might actually crash the game.
See Scott Manley.
It needs to happen.
No.
That's why the rename your ship function is there.
Unless I get a message from him. No, it's not going in as a name. But that's why you can rename your ship.
Yeah, you can rename your ships whatever you want, guys.
Yeah.
As long as it's within the character limit.
Which is long.
A Covenant ship that's going to be using Shivavali.
Oh boy. Because logic, who needs it?
No, it doesn't. Or that's assuming it wants to work.
But Shivas are heretic weapons.
Just every other day.
We shall meet your demands. I will oversee this person. Emily.
Oh. Space still.
Yes, my favorites.
We're gonna spawn a hell of a lot more ships then.
Oh, the space dildo. It's gonna.
I'll spawn more ships after if necessary.
Oh,
Like,
can you please
spawn, like,
rename it
50.
Piercing Lance, please? Do
It's
it for me.
actually too long of a name for personal renaming.
We shall
Spawning more. Just spawning more ships.
We'll
like
just call
bigger.
it the P-Lance.
You're gonna want more than that.
Yeah, because it's not gonna do that.
For those of you who don't know that story, basically our flood coder went to play a balanced game.
Wait, why is it not hitting the CRS?
And completely got screwed over by a super destroyer named the Piercing Lance. For those of you who have an account on our forums, look at Uni's signature for
Is that a shotgun nuke?
the
Yeah, pretty much.
And then we have complete DDS carriers that we will be nuking with a Covenant ship.
Invincible.
Sorry to cut you off, Infor, but that was a shotgun nuke. That was awesome.
I don't know.
I mean,
We need
all
more
of them.
sables,
Down and
honestly.
show this is a bunch of DDSs. Well, let's add in.
I don't remember what the limit was for the number of targets.
It's like 30.
Unlimited.
Oh my god, 30.
30.
Beautiful.
There's 30. I reduced it to 30 from like a certain, like absolute certain number.
This is covered. This is.
-1, which would be infinity.
Jeez.
We are
The
the
infinity, haha, get it.
We are the devout.
Blow up everything.
VD. Go.
We shall meet your demands.
It's gotta be a delay here, because I'm not seeing this one. Yep, it's a delay again.
Oh, there's a delay. I just saw the DDSs spawn.
Oh, you just saw
The
this one.
DTS just spawned for me like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I know. There's a huge delay for me on the video.
Infor, American Lockdown.
Right.
Oh, it's
And
gonna be
crap.
so fun to
It
hardpoint that.
probably doesn't help that I have like.
Oh my god, oh my god.
You broke the
All the
game.
DTS is insta-give. Oh my god.
That was beautiful. That needs to be.
And the CAS. Oh, it's ADS. Oh, whoops! We just did a preview of a ship that shouldn't be here. A new capital in the making.
Can you tell me the ability is broke?
It spits out a lot of bloody arrows.
Chief ship, it's to us and beyond.
To us and beyond.
Seems fair and
I think that's actually
fair and balanced, working as intended.
Let's not go down that road. Anyways, guys, I wanted to give you a little sneak peek of the Infinity right at the end of the live stream, and that's just one of her abilities. We may wind up doing a video on her later when she's fully implemented and hopefully balanced. So,
or we could leave her at her current state, just wrecking the absolute shit of everybody.
I well-designed mod. So, with that, thank you all for coming to the live stream. Hope to see you sometime in the future.
Enjoy life.
That was the most monotone. Wow. That was
and welcome to Why Cole is Just a Coder.
Welcome to your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. If you do want to watch this again, Christ knows why, I will be putting this up on my YouTube channel.
Oh God.
Because why not, Why not?
Do that while you're enjoying life.
No, this just a Covenant trick.
All right.
No, it's not a Covenant ship. I just had to put it on the Covenant ship because it's a Titan ability. But anyway, have a good one. Have a good one, boys. I hope you enjoy it.